Good morning, this is Carrie Prince and Eli Seaver, and we are from Apollo Career Center. This morning we're going to make Irish soda bread. So Eli's helping me out. He's a senior in our program. I have a little broken wing here, so my mixing skills are not on point, but Eli has offered to help me out, so I appreciate that so much. We're starting with 4 cups of flour, some sugar, baking soda, and salt in this mixing bowl. He is going to add the butter to that, or first you're going to do raisins. Okay, first is doing the raisins. He's coating the raisins with a little bit of that flour mixture. And the reason that we're doing that is once we mix this Irish soda bread, if you don't coat your berries or your fruit, if you're making kind of a quick bread, which is what this is, the fruit will sink to the bottom and you won't have the fruit all the way through your bread. So if you coat it with a little bit of flour, it'll suspend in the mixture a little bit better. So now he's going to go ahead and cut 4 tablespoons of real butter into this mixture. And to do that, he's using a pastry blender. You want it to resemble like little peas, fine crumbs. And the reason you want that is so that once you knead this, the butter will kind of thread through the flour and it'll help make it softer. Now, Irish soda bread is a dense bread. It's a heavy bread. It's not what you think of when you want to go make a sandwich, but the texture is unique. It's dense with a hard crust, and that is because the sourness comes from the baking soda, which is Irish soda bread, with the acid in the buttermilk. So that reacts together to give it the unique texture and almost sour flavor, resembling a sourdough. All right, so he's got that crumbed in, his butter crumbed into his flour mixture. Now you're gonna go ahead and add your buttermilk.
After I whisk it in with this egg.
All right, he's gonna whisk his buttermilk and his egg together. And that mixture will come together, and then that'll be poured right into this flour mixture here. I'm gonna put a well in the center. When you're mixing liquid into dry, it's a good idea. It just helps combine it. He's gonna go ahead and do that. Now this bread you don't want to overmix. So he's going to slightly mix this with a spoon, just kind of till it comes together. Any type of quick bread, if you overmix it, it'll become tunnely and really dense. Now soda bread by nature is dense, but we don't want to make it, more so. Now soda bread, you can store it 1 to 2 days tightly covered. It doesn't last long. It doesn't freeze well. So if you're going to plan this for Thursday's menu, you'll need to make it either Wednesday or Thursday morning because you don't want to make it too soon. So once that mixture comes together, are we going to add our raisins to that?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to add those into that. And then he's going to turn this out onto the table and just knead it slightly, 4 or 5 times so it comes together. There's a lot of superstition, obviously, in the Irish people, and Irish soda bread they don't leave that out. So we always put an X in the top of the Irish soda bread once he puts this together, and the reason for that is the Irish believe that's going to let any evil spirits out. It's going to protect their household. Cooks have come to realize that the reason that they put the X in the top of the soda bread or the muffins is because it helps it cook. It's such a dense bread that it doesn't bake quickly, so that releases some heat out and helps even cooking. So he's going to bring all this together, and it's going to be crummy just like this. That's to be expected. Just going to kind of bring that together. And then we're going to bake this on a cast iron pan with some parchment paper on it. Bring your pan to you so that we can keep in, there we go. So you're going to bring that, after he's got that kneaded, it's going to go into this pan with a little lined parchment paper. You could also do it on a sheet tray or a cookie sheet, that's totally fine. Before you bake it, you want to put your X in it there so that you have no evil spirits, and it's going to bake a little bit more evenly. So this gets baked at like 375 for like 40, 50 minutes. It takes a minute to bake this bread. It is not something quick. So then it comes out of the oven, and you've got a nice hard texture on the outside, nice even browning, and this bread is excellent toasted with a little bit of butter. Oh my goodness, that's how we grew up eating it, so it's really good. But this is our Irish soda bread, ready for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, and I thank Eli for helping me out. And these and all the recipes can be found at ApolloCareerCenter.com, and First Edition will be right back.